So there appears to be a bit of a delay here. I've never done this to YouTube before, and because of that, this is a new thing. So let's just see if anyone happens to hop in here today. If not, I'm sure I can find some fun and exciting things I can talk about with myself. YouTube before. Oh, there I am. And you guys having a nice Friday? I'm having a pretty good Friday. Yeah. I've been driving children all over the place. One had a birthday party this afternoon. Went to go pick up the other one, dropped the other one off at the skate park. It's a never-ending cycle of picking up and dropping off. That's the story of my life. Here's a story. Careful. Can't sing everything. If I try to sing everything, then I might get in trouble. Might get a copyright strike. I wonder if, let me share this on, what do you call it? Social medias. For the hell of it. Just for the hell of it. I don't see why not. The Vodkast. Boop, boop, boopy doop, ba 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 da da. Hey. And link. Okay, now people are going to come rolling in here like thunder and lightning. Here we go. Hold on to your seats because this is about to get out of control. I'm expecting at least 200 to 300. Wouldn't you imagine? The minute the masses start hearing, the millions and millions of Vodkast friends and fans and from all over the world. Here we go. Somebody come. Nope, nobody's coming on. I'm still alone. What do we talk about today? Let's talk about the road to 50. I'm going to start slowly leaking a little bit out. I'll let you know now the road to 50 is going to start sooner than a year before. We're already at, 2 years out at this point. But Vodkast and Friends is going to play a big part of that, I believe. Some of the stories may just get adapted and told through that medium. Maybe we'll just, I don't know. Maybe we'll just start a whole new playlist called The Road to 50. We'll see what happens. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments to the... Is it here? I don't know yet. Okay, so it'll be towards... Yeah, there's some comments. There's a top chat thing over here. Go ahead. Chat it up. Let me put a poll in here. Start a Q&A. Oh, what's that? Okay. Okay, boom. Here we go. Now we wait. Hide chat. No, I don't want to hide the chat. Can I? How do I? Oh. It's a Q&A. I can't go back to the chat unless I close the Q&A. We're learning all kinds of new fun things here on the podcast, aren't we? Yeah, so I did some running around. It's been kind of a quiet day beyond that. Of course, we did the Peeps review earlier, the Tropical Burst Peeps. If you haven't checked out that video, it's on the channel. I don't know how to link. I guess I could link it in the comments. Let's close this. Let's end the Q&A, confirm that, and then I can share the link with you guys because you don't know how to get it any other way. Your channel. Here it is. Copy link address. Got it. Okay. Yeah, that was yesterday's video right there. That's the Peep video. Or this morning's video, actually. See, I'm losing track of days here. I don't know what yesterday's was. What do we have? What's surprising is the, what do you call it? I guess I don't need that open. Surprising to me was the, what do you call it? Oh, Lord, I'm having some troubles here just trying to put a screen on top of another screen. Well, we'll leave it over there. The Slappies, the banana hazelnut cocoa spread, that video is doing really well, and I don't know why. I never know sometimes when all of a sudden an obscure video like Slappies, which literally was something we found at a discount store somewhere, suddenly pops up. And I do a video on it, and it gets, not a ton of views, but a lot more than, what I had been getting on average. So this week has been a very productive week. Not a lot of new subscribers, but a lot of new views, which I find interesting. Hopefully that continues, that trend. I don't know. I think I'll run these about 20 minutes or so. If nobody hops on, then, well, I'll go do something else with my life. Griffin's taking a shower. Grayson's at the skate park. Carol's at work. I was thinking about actually doing the Cool Ranch Doritos roulette this afternoon, but then I didn't. I did this instead in hopes that someone might hop on. What do you guys think about the new lighting? I'm liking it. I like it a lot. Today I've been fiddling with it just a little bit. Haven't had a ton of time to mess around with it all that much. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Am I overthinking it? Let me know in the comments below. Tell you one thing, I'm sweating my ass off in this sweater today. Really warmed up. This weather doesn't know what it's going to do, huh? One day it's hot. The next day it's hot. And then it's cold. The mornings have been frigid, freezing cold, 20s in the 20s. And then all of a sudden you'll have, 70s in the afternoon. I guess New England was like that too. I remember being like that in New England growing up. I got to get another shirt though if we're going to keep doing this. So, pardon moi. Oh, that's so much better. With all these lights on, I tell you, it gets really warm in here. I don't know how the crew deals with it. Crew, how do you deal with it? Nope, I don't want your opinions. Suckers. Oh, it just freaked me out. I'm watching the live on YouTube, and I'm also watching it, streaming from my computer. And the live from YouTube, I just walked in, and it freaked me out because I'm like, is somebody walking into the room right now? Then I realized it was just me all along. Never mind you, this medicinal herb. Don't worry about it. Never leave the house without 2 lighters. A good pocket knife. And if you can, some paracord. It'll take you far. If you can have some duct tape and some pans would be nice too. I keep those in my car though. You never know. You never know when the world's going to go to hell and you're going to have to cook mushrooms on an open fire. I do, but I can't tell you that or I'd be hunted down. I've already said too much. Oops, I've done it again. All right, so ooh, I was coughing for a while because it's just catching up now. So these live things apparently aren't getting viewed live, but are getting viewed post-live. So, with that being said, I forgot my point. Sorry. That happens. Yeah. Road to 50's coming at the right time. Hopefully I'll still have, by the end of the road to 50, my brain's still intact, still in my head, preferably, if that's at all possible. I don't know who to talk to about that. And still working, at least as good as it does now, hopefully a little bit better. Sometimes I forget things like what we were just going to talk about. Shirt change, freaking out. I don't know. I wish there was a visible timer somewhere to let me know how long. Okay, 10 minutes, and we're at exactly 11 minutes on a Friday afternoon on a march. In a march. On a march. Marching as we go. Friday afternoon. What do you think of that? I don't think this video is going to make it to the editing floor. I think it's all going to just end up in the trash. You never know. Things could take a turn, Anybody could hop on right now. Patrick Stewart just came to the top of my head. I don't know. Vin Diesel, he could hop on. You never know. Probably not. I'll probably end this video with no one ever hopping on, but anybody could. Harrison Ford right now could hop on and be like, hey, what's up? You like my movies? I'd be like, yeah, you make some pretty good movies. Harrison. Is there a short version of Harrison when you say, like, Jason is Jay, or Jonathan is John, or Robert is Bob, or Rob, whichever you prefer? Is there a short version of who? Harrison. That's right. He's going to hop on any minute now. I'm just being informed by my people. Harrison Ford. Oh, who else? Ex-President Jimmy Carter. I wish. He's one of my heroes. He almost made it to the Holy Trinity tattoo that I'm working on. It's going to be Bob Ross, Jim Henson, and Mr. Rogers. But Jimmy Carter, you got a place on me somewhere at some point. Maybe you'll always be deep inside me, deep inside my inner being. I like to reflect on Jimmy Carter's life. Wish my life could do as much good as his life has done in his 98 years of living. It's amazing that dude's still alive. He's still working up until, a few months ago? Just out there on the job site, building houses for people that needed him. I think, I think about winning money, and I think about the priorities in my life. And everyone I ask that's an adult that has a mortgage is, I'm going to pay off my house. Or use paying off as much of my house to my advantage as possible. Which makes sense. But after you get through that, my second thing is always helping out my friends and family, paying off their mortgages, hopefully convincing them all to move somewhere collectively together. That's my dream, is to have so much money to be able to help not just, me, my family, my friends, to help, the world. Maybe that doesn't happen, though, because there's I know Bill Gates donates tons of money. Warren Buffett, another, philanthropist who gives back a lot. But it never seems to be enough. Like, we always seem to need money for war, and we have it, but we never have enough money to take care of people. And that always bums me out. It's always bummed me out. That's why I've always God, my brain is just not with me today. Bernie Sanders. Good Lord. I really feel like he genuinely cares. I guess as the younger generation is coming in, there are starting to see new voices arise from the depths of our past, and I see a little bit of a hope, but the way the world goes, I'm not going to get into politics. There's a lot of shit going on today in the news, man. I listen to NPR News about 4 times a day. I have Alexa just read it to me, let me know what's going on while I'm cooking, while I'm doing the laundry. There's only one room in the house, well, with the exception of now the basement, that doesn't have an Alexa. And a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're listening to you. Well, I got nothing for them to hear. Let them listen. They're going to listen to a lot of boring shit. Us complaining about what we're going to watch at night on TV, what we're going to eat, or when the hell Katie's going to get here. That's usually what we're talking about. Yeah. So, but I find it incredibly useful for alarm purposes, for dropping in on children in their room in the morning to be like, hey, 5 fucking minutes, let's get going here. finding the news, weather, time at any given point, listening to music, podcast, any room, any given time. You know what I mean? Controlling all the lights in the house, thermostat. Well, not the thermostat, air conditioners. It's just funny. A smart home. I'll tell you the story and then I'll let you go because we've been going about 15 minutes now. I worked at Jordan's Furniture for 3 or 4 years back in the late 90s. Yeah, I was there when it was 9/11, 2001. So I think it was like 98 through 2001 or 2002. And there was a guy there talking about starting a home automation business and how he was going to make a fortune off of it. And I wanted to be part of it because he really knew what he was doing, and he had plans, and he was in touch with people to get things in bulk, to be able to, get houses all lined up with what now, cost a few hundred, maybe $1,000. You could set yourself up with a doorbell, a ring, and cameras, and it's amazing for how little you can do what he wanted to do, which would have cost $10,000 to $40,000 a house, depending on what you wanted to do. My only problem is we still don't have electric windows in houses, and it doesn't make sense to me. Like we've had them in cars for 30, 40 years. I don't know. I'm terrible with time and years, but yeah. What the hell? One for the screen, one for the window. Biggie bam, be easier to clean. Maybe I just gave away $1 million idea. That's why I'm not the rich man. I go and I'm like, hey, you should do this, and then somebody does it. And like Tesla, that was my idea. Totally my idea. I ran into old Elon Musk one day. I was in Providence getting some falafel. So was he, and I was like, it'd be a great idea if there was a car that ran on a battery and you could charge it, charging stations, and maybe even, eventually roads would charge. He's like, yeah, that's a great idea. So Elon, yeah, you're going to have to talk to, I don't have any lawyers. That'd be a great story, though, if I really did. Imagine that. Could you imagine if I just ran into him, tell him about my idea, and never saw a cent? That's disappointing. I guess, I don't know. What kind of job do you just sit around and come up with ideas for stuff? Because I think I could do that really well. If anybody wants to pay me to come up with ideas, I guess not, because I've been asking for ideas and no, nobody's showing up. Oh, wait a minute. What do we got here? Offensive? Anyhow. Well, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday with the Cool Ranch Doritos Roulette. And we'll, of course, have a bunch of stuff coming up in the near future. So if you guys are loving watching these as much as I'm loving making them, you should consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hit that little bell icon. It'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were yesterday, tomorrow, or today, tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come with you, or all over you. It's going to come for you. One of these days it's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. I'm Jason Oliver, and this is the Vodkast. I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, everybody. Don't go to sleep with a cat.